Hi, I'm Sam, your inner voice and self-trust coach for women who refuse to choose between career success and being fully present with their kids. This is Journal Entries, where we break free from self-sabotage, reconnect with our inner wisdom, and live truly fulfilled lives in both of our roles. Let's dive in. Hello, and welcome to today's journaling session. This episode is to help you journal through a life transition that you might be going through. So before we even get started, it might be on the forefront of your mind anyways, but think about an area in your life that is just changing either a little bit or a lot of it. Like a lot of it to me would be like a divorce or a career pivot, or a little bit would be kind of like my past two full Tuesday episodes where it's my transition of cutting my work hours from 30 hours a week to 10 hours a week with Griffin's Montessori program. And so that feels like a little transition compared to some of the other ones, but it's still a transition. And as a single mom and a business owner, I truly had so many fears about this change in schedule, even though it was due to a goal of sending my son Griffin to this Montessori program. So I achieved that. I was doing it, and it was this exciting time. But at the same time, I was really fearful of what it would mean for me, essentially. So in case you missed that two-part series, in a nutshell, I realized that the hardest thing with my transition wasn't necessarily going to the new school or even the cut in hours or the change in the routine. It was feeling like I could do enough work in that amount of time. I was over planning potential schedules. I literally had 3 different potential schedules in Google Docs based on what time I thought Griffin would wake up and how I could account for every waking minute before the 11:45 school drop off. Because if I didn't try to outline and to control how my days would go, I thought that either I would spiral and hustle 10 times harder and become less present and way more overstimulated as a mom, trying to balance those two things. Or I thought I would just become super lazy and not do anything. And then no work would get done. And then no clients would come in, no income would come in. My mind just went there. After experiencing this transition and seeing it clearly, hindsight is 2020, I can see that I was trying to control how it went, obviously. And I think that being prepared is one thing, but expecting things to go exactly as you have imagined in your head is another. And it's a form of control. And it was my wake-up call recently. And even when I was going through my divorce, this is a sillier example, but still, I got back on dating apps about 6 months after because I just figured it was time. When in reality, I didn't have the time or energy or capacity to be dating. I was just doing what I thought I should do, like that sense of should. It's that same pattern that showed up during this work transition, thinking I should cram 30 to 40 hour work weeks into 10 hours instead of just trusting my intuition and my priorities and what I'm being called to do during that time. So that was a long intro, but let's apply all of this to your life and your transition that you're going through. Prompt number 1. What specific part of this transition is making you feel the most anxious or unsettled right now? And try to go deeper than just the obvious change is hard. Think about what's the actual thing that has you lying awake at night. Prompt number 2. What have you been doing to try to make this transition feel easier or less overwhelming, or maybe like me, less overstimulating? Prompt number 3. What are you most afraid would happen if you stopped trying to control how this transition goes? And prompt number 4, when was the last time that you went through a major change in your life? And then how did you handle it? And what patterns are showing up again now? Kind of like that same pattern in my divorce as it is now in my work transition. Amazing job. This is some pretty deep journaling. And I'm going to share a final reframe for you if you didn't already experience this reframe through your own writing. I want you to think about this discomfort that you might be feeling in your life transition and just kind of think about what if that discomfort that you're feeling isn't something that needs to be fixed or managed or controlled, but it's information and little clues about what you actually need during this season. My overstimulation or my fear of overstimulation with my new schedule told me that I needed to prioritize quality over quantity in both my work and my time with Griffin. And just another example, maybe your fear or discomfort is in your business, stemming from wanting to hire somebody new or delegate something. So you keep creating more systems, detailed SOPs, and perfect job descriptions, all the things to try and make it quote unquote easier for you and this new employee. But that's just external busy work, avoiding the real need of trusting others and the deeper layer of why that's so hard for you. Most of us treat life transitions and that discomfort that we feel with them like a smoke alarm. Like it's something to shut off as quickly as possible before it gets any bigger. But what if it's actually your internal GPS recalibrating? It's like that route saying rerouting. I've actually considered calling myself the GPS of emotions. Because I feel like that's what I do. I help you understand it and navigate them. But in this situation, your anxiety and fear and discomfort, it's not telling you that something's wrong. It's pointing you toward what you actually need in this new season. So just kind of pausing, hopefully through these journaling prompts, but also just throughout your day to ask yourself, what is it that I need right now, especially anytime that you start to feel that anxiety or fear coming in. Let me know what it is that you need in this season or just more about the life transition that you're going through. You can email me at the link in the show notes or leave a review on Apple so I can come up with a strategic journal prompt flow on an upcoming episode just for you. Thank you so much for journaling with me today. I hope that this was valuable, and I will talk to you next week. Thanks for joining me for today's journal entry. If something resonated with you, I'd love to know about it. Screenshot this episode, share it on social media, and tag me at samantha.s.says. Or even leave a review, which will help more women find this podcast to create more fulfillment in their career and as a mom. And hey, if you're thinking, I wish I could get more of this, I've got you covered. Click on the link in the show notes, which I customize each week based on what we're talking about. And I always include the link to the Calm Mind Blueprint, which are my 5 journal prompts to go from overwhelm to inner peace in 2 to 10 minutes a day. Subscribe so that you catch my Thursday 5-minute journal with me episodes and next week's full episode where we will continue this journey together. I'll see you then.